Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a review, one that I've been meaning to do for a while, and it is a review on the second book in the Carrie Diaries series, which is also the prequel to Sex and the City. So yes, this book is written by Candace Brostell, I think that's her name. I did do a review on the first one, link would be down below. I have not read Sex and the City yet, so just saying. So yeah, I have notes, so I'm just gonna kind of go through my notes and do this review. But first of all, I have to say that it is way better than the first book. The first book was kind of like, it took place in Castleberry, and honestly, it's cool to see that Carrie's background, but I feel like the huge part of Sex in the City was the city. So because it wasn't any city action in that, it was kind of boring compared to the TV show. But yes, and again, this one has nothing, like, it's completely separate from the TV show. I feel like nothing really happens that happens in the TV show during the second book. So it is a completely different entity from the show. This one is anyway. So I did listen to it on audiobook, and it was nice. I read it within 24 hours, and it was just, I liked the audiobook reader, the person who like read it. It was pretty good. There was a lot of foreshadowing to like Sex in the City, like references and stuff in this, and like because she meets Sam and Miranda in this book, you kind of see how this kind of friendship starts to form, and that's kind of cool. There's a lot of talk about there's a lot of sex talks in this book, which makes sense because obviously it's like Sex and the City prequel, but there's a lot of talk of sex. So if you guys aren't really into that kind of thing, or like if you feel uncomfortable with the topic of sex just being thrown out there, you probably shouldn't read this book, because that's pretty much what it is. It is just not all of it, it's just a lot of it, because Carrie is kind of obsessed with like losing her virginity and just hearing other people's stories and stuff. So like there's a lot of talk about it, and just like, yeah, and it's funny because some of the things are like, if you watch the show, you're like, oh, she's changed so much since she was this age, and it's kind of funny. And some things just remained from the character, and that was also really cool. I felt like there was more of a solid storyline in this. I don't know if I said this in the last one for like the first book, but the other book was kind of like, yes, we're gonna do different stories from this girl's life. It is linear, but it's gonna be different stories, which it's very like lifelike in that way, where like obviously life doesn't have like one storyline, it's just multiple storylines all the time. But I didn't like particularly like that in the book. It just, because it is a book and it wasn't life, it kind of got a little bit hectic and it was just weird at times. So then I just didn't really like that in book form. But this one had more of a solid storyline, especially during the beginning. Towards the end it didn't, but in the beginning it did. And Carrie has a 30-year-old boyfriend in this. She meets him at a party that Samantha takes her to, and I hate him. He was really, okay, there's a lot of reasons why I hate him. He was just divorced. He was like, first of all, even if you think she's a college student, like a 19-year-old, she lied about her age, by the way, it's still kind of creepy that if you're like 30 and you're dating someone so much younger than you, which, I don't know, it's the 80s. I don't know if that was normal back then or like whatnot, but it just seemed really creepy. And like, because he was like, also he was rich, and he was like, and then Carrie didn't have very much stuff. It's like, I don't know, I just personally didn't think that I thought that was creepy, honestly. Carrie is very naive. She like, in general, she's just a very naive character, and I guess it bothered me because I wrote a note about it. So yeah, she was very naive. And yeah. And I like this one. Okay, like I said, I love the New York references, and I feel like, especially if you've ever been to New York or you live in New York, which I do, you can really connect more with this story, because you're like, hey, in front of Saks Fifth Avenue, I know where that is. And just stuff like that. Just if you are a New Yorker and you like reading books about New York, I think this would just be really fun. I thought it was really fun, so I'm just saying. Feminism is taken the wrong way in this book. Like, it's a lot of bad feminism stereotypes, because feminism is the idea that men and women are equal, but it is extreme feminism that Miranda has in this book, and it makes sense for her personality that she's extreme feminist, but it doesn't really, it makes feminism look bad. And so that's kind of a comment I had. It just made feminism look really bad. So yeah, I'm surprised this video is this long. It never is this long anyway. Yeah, and I really liked, like I said before, I really liked Sam and Miranda together, like their dynamic was really nice. And then these stories, because she went to the new school for a writing program, I liked that story too, like the idea, like when she just first came in, the roommate and what was it called? I liked her roommate a lot. I forgot her name because I read this like end of last month, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it was nice, and I know there was planning to be more books, but none of them have been published. No more have been published. So I don't know, if there is another book coming out, I would like to read it. I would actually read it. But yeah, this is my video, and I'm sorry that I think I talked more about, it was more like I talked more about like the dynamics, not just like, hey, I liked it or didn't like it. Tell me if you like these type of reviews where I kind of go more in depth with what I liked and didn't like, versus the kind of reviews where I'm just like doing very brief, like how I felt about it type things. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Bye.